Hello and welcome back to Negative Ball Knowledge. I'm Tom, that is,
Craig?
and so we're going to talk about quite an interesting weekend of football. A few really good results for Liverpool and for Chelsea, and maybe a bit of a disappointing result for Manchester City and Arsenal. So
Well, I suspect either of them would have taken a point at the start, probably.
I think City would be disappointed.
City more so. Arsenal would have definitely taken a point.
Yeah, they seem to like taking points at away from home there. Last season they got a draw.
Yeah.
So let's start with talking about the Manchester City game, I guess. City started really well.
Yeah, it's a good goal. It's a typical City goal, though, isn't
It
it, really?
is, but
Breaking
Arsenal
breaking the
defense,
lines.
mm,
How people still allow
Haaland that much
Haaland
space.
that sort of
It
space. And we're
criminal.
talking about one of the best defences in the league.
Yeah,
And they
the gap in between them, they should never have let that happen.
no, they've
But City are
shit
so
the
good at
bed a bit there,
exploiting
aren't
that. They're so good at exploiting that. So, but what a response Arsenal gave.
they? Yeah,
Calafiori goal.
yeah.
New to the league.
But I can hear all of the City fans out there shouting, "But the ref!
Yeah.
The ref didn't do
Oh,
this! The ref played on! The ref let him start!
the amount of
Walker wasn't
times
in position!"
The amount of times that City get away with refereeing decisions that go in their favour, you cannot chat shit. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
you're not helping yourself now.
Oh, I'm sorry, but
Twice!
the amount of like the Rodri handball against Everton 2 years
Yeah.
ago.
I did,
Last season,
I'm sure I've read
Kovacic.
stuff that's saying that wasn't there was an offside or something.
No,
And
no,
is
that
that bullshit? I
that's
don't know.
bullshit.
Um,
And Kovacic should have been sent off in the last fixture with the Arsenal City game. Didn't get sent off.
our fix-
Michael
oh,
Oliver.
our fixture.
Are fixed. So
Um,
many different.
Who was it?
Oh, Doku.
Doku, chest on
That's a
McAllister.
penalty. Guess who that was? Referee
Michael Oliver.
Michael Oliver. So
Yeah.
look, he's not helping himself, is he?
Look, I think everybody will turn around and they will say, look, it goes swings and roundabouts. You get
Yeah.
some, you lose some. They even themselves out.
Yeah.
Personally, yes, I don't disagree with that, but I still think that some of the decisions should be looked at. There should be a position where you can check some of those on VAR,
Mhm.
some of those things anyway. Anyway,
Yeah.
that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about, obviously, the game yesterday. I think Arsenal thoroughly deserved to definitely get a draw.
Yes.
They didn't really deserve to win the game because after they went down to 10 men. Now, the 10 men, what are we saying?
I think it's harsh. Look, the rules are in place for a reason. I don't think he purposely went to kick the ball away. I think in that the split second of decision making you make, he's gone in for it. He's accidentally kicked the ball away, got a yellow card. It's harsh.
I think he knew. And I think I was listening to some. There'll be totally polarising views on this
Yeah.
from everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So, Arsenal fans will all say, no, it's not.
Yeah.
Lots of other fans will say, and there'll be other fans that will say, well, yeah, I agree with you, like you've just said. I personally think that if you're playing at this level in the Premier League, you know the whistle, you've got to be able to control yourself in that moment
I agree.
and not
I
kick
can
the
see
ball.
that.
And it plays into the whole thing that I think the whole way I think about how Arsenal play and what we've talked about a few times, not on our podcast or on our channel, but we've talked about what Arteta I think has tried to do is to make Arsenal one of the most physical, annoying, hard to beat teams in the league, because he figures that's the only way he can compete and win the league, and that means I think everybody can point to how physical their centre backs are.
Oh yeah, and how difficult, because they only fell in the 96th minute.
Yeah,
and because the City is so relentless, but City struggled to get that equaliser.
But
really struggled because of the physicality.
And they lost Rodri.
They did.
And this is what we were talking
That's
about. We've
big.
talked about this a few times.
If that's
they
a
lose
big
Rodri,
injury,
and if it is a big
ACL,
some form of ligament damage in the knee, that's
no one's
months.
celebrating an injury because that's awful, but it benefits the Premier League because it makes City far more vulnerable.
There's no doubt that they rely on him. And you look
The
at
organisation.
I don't. You might have the stats, but the stats of they said about it yesterday. The amount of games that they haven't lost when he's been playing.
Yeah, and the
is
games they
huge.
lost last season when Rodri were out.
Exactly.
So it really is. Well, is that gonna? If he is injured for a long time, how much is that going to impact them?
Yeah.
It's going to.
Well, and De Bruyne's out as well,
huge.
so they haven't even
Yeah.
got that ability to drop him in, have they? And,
Yeah.
And he plays a different position, but he
He
covers
dropped-
up a lot of
he
gaps
does.
and produces stuff from nothing.
Yeah.
Even though I think he's a bit past it, actually.
Yeah.
He's not the player he was.
No, not the player he was
Certainly
2
not.
seasons ago.
And I think that
Good player, but not.
he will have.
He still changes the game, but not.
He'll have his moments,
Yeah.
but he's not consistent.
No,
at all. And
not
I don't
38 games
I
of.
don't think he will be
brilliance.
consistent again, to be honest. I think he'll be off.
Another injury at the start of the season. He keeps getting injured.
Yeah.
But yeah, Rodri, huge miss.
Yeah, definitely. I think, Calafiori, like we said, Calafiori's goal, apart from the
Beauty.
arguments around the ref, and you can argue
total
both
quality.
sides of that, I think, from what I've heard and read, I think people are right in that there should be better communication to know that player is back in the right position.
Yeah.
Yeah, or he's set. I think they've talked about this morning. He was possibly in the right position, but he wasn't set.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're not set and ready, then you can be easily exploited by the other team who are set and ready.
It's a City. We've had that against. Remember a free kick where Brighton at Liverpool? It was a few seasons ago, and they scored and beat the wall because the wall was being set up.
Yeah,
and
but that's allowed to be taken early, and that's allowed, isn't it?
So if you're not set up and in position, ultimately that's your fault.
Yes, but he was called to the ref as a captain.
Oh, okay.
That's what the whole point of it. The captains were called over because, for one, the players were starting to surround the referees, which they should not be doing.
That's what I was going to say.
They so annoyed. Arsenal and City are both annoying at that, and
the rules.
I think we've talked about it stems from more Arsenal. The manager, Mr. Lego Hair, has got real issues with authority, hasn't he? And I don't know if it's small man syndrome. I'm not very tall myself, but he
gets so
certainly
angry.
does get very animated.
It might just be because of how passionate he is. We know how passionate both Guardiola and him are.
Anybody, we can't say anything with the way Klopp used to get,
incredible,
which was hilarious at times,
pulling his hamstring,
and sometimes a little bit over the top. But they all do it, I suppose.
Yeah.
But I think the ill discipline at times within Arsenal comes from the top.
It stemmed right from the beginning, through when Arsenal started becoming better, but when they failed to get top 4, that season they were very, very ill disciplined.
Yeah.
They got many red cards. Gabriel especially was really bad at keeping his head.
Yeah.
They've got better, but they're still not.
Yeah. Did you see? I'm not sure if I'm dead right, but I thought, was it Bernardo Silva made a comment about how the rivalry with Liverpool was at least they try and win.
Read it out. I'll get that up.
But I think that was a little dig at Arsenal, wasn't it? And he's a bit silly there because Arsenal had to go into defensive mode because they lost the man just before half time, didn't they? And again, it's stupid. It's frustrating.
Okay, I've got it here.
Yeah.
So maybe that Liverpool have already won the Premier League, Arsenal haven't. That Liverpool have won the Champions League, Arsenal haven't. Liverpool always faced us face to face to try win games. So from this perspective, the game against Arsenal haven't been like the ones we had against Liverpool. So yes, maybe a different rivalry.
Yeah. But I think Arsenal, until the sending off, were trying to go for it. Obviously. Because they went to goal down after 3 minutes. Was it 3 minutes?
Yeah.
7 minutes? They went to goal down and then they did come back into it and they got back in.
Which is what you want.
Yeah.
What you want to see, Arsenal fans want to see that. And they don't want to see them lay down and sit back and defend.
And the other problem we got is with Arsenal over the last few games, it's been for a while now, is they're scoring a lot of goals from set pieces, but a lot of them, I think, are fouls in the build-up.
Yeah.
That they're getting away with.
They're very physical, that's the
their
point.
winner last week,
Gabriel's,
wasn't it? Last week?
Last week.
I think that was a foul.
Yeah.
He pushed the defender in the back. There wasn't a lot in it.
No.
But it's enough to put that player off where he's about to jump and challenge you.
Yeah.
And it might not make a difference.
No.
But there's still a push, and the refs don't do anything about it.
No.
And I know every team probably do it. They're all up to it, but it just seems to me that Arsenal are getting more benefit from that sort of stuff,
Yeah.
and that's again them using their physicality, and I think they're over the top. Saliba and Gabriel seem to me are over the top with their physicality,
Yeah.
and there's a lot of dark arts and bending the rules going on in their defending.
Yeah.
I think. Arsenal fans will disagree, I'm sure.
Yeah, they will disagree because they're defending a club. I disagree with things that people say about Liverpool.
But then I'm a Liverpool fan, so I don't care.
Yeah. So, I guess that pretty much covers it. I mean, their winner, John Stones. The equaliser, yeah. 98.
It's one of them you get, like you said, they're relentless.
It was.
They don't give up.
It was just chaotic.
You've just got to get some luck in those
They
situations
do.
to hang on to the win.
City always get that little bit of luck.
City seem to get the luck, which gets them it. And it's not necessarily luck. They're relentless and they keep going. They never give up.
And it's always the ball coming across that really teams really struggle with.
Yeah.
City. They pull the ball across from the corner or wherever they are, edge of the box, and it's just chaotic. The centre backs are out of position. The goalkeeper's trying to save.
Yeah.
He's out of position. John Stones then, and then the keeper's not in it. The game. The defenders aren't in the game, and it's chaotic. And they get the equaliser of that.
Yeah.
They probably did deserve.
I think a draw was a fair result.
Yeah.
You can't argue with that.
No, I think Arsenal fans will feel a little bit disappointed.
Yeah.
After conceding that late on.
You concede so late. Yeah.
You're so confident that you're going to get that result after you go to 96, 97 minutes.
Yeah.
You're still holding on 98 minutes.
We were talking about it. Yeah, I was kind of torn. See, it's one of those games, isn't it, where you know that whoever, so a draw in that game puts them
above us.
City above us.
Yeah, let me have a look.
A win for Arsenal would put them above us. I was kind of on the side of, well, I'd rather Arsenal won it because it's going to the Etihad. It's taking 3 points off them.
Arsenal behind us.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So Arsenal, only if they won could they go above us.
Yeah.
Now, I would have preferred that because I think somebody takes 3 points off City at the Etihad. That's uncommon. It's not going to happen very often.
Yeah.
And that is potentially more beneficial to Liverpool that City have lost 3 points at home, even if it is against Arsenal, which is one of the biggest rivals for the top three, should we say, us in the top three, I would think. That would have been possibly better. But for the whole league, I suppose, a draw is the best option.
Yeah, we're staying above Arsenal was actually quite good, I think.
Yeah.
After losing to Bournemouth.
After losing at home to Forest.
But to Forest. That is a good result for us that we're still ahead.
To be there or thereabouts, yeah. And only be, a point behind City now?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. I'm happy with that.
No, I am, yeah. I think, obviously, we got to play City at Anfield and Arsenal at Anfield. If we win those two games, we're right up there.
Yeah.
So, but we've got to keep going and we've got to keep getting results. So, should we talk about Liverpool?
Yeah, that's we have to.
Well, we do
because it's a good result.
So 3-0.
I love 3-0.
It's great.
I did think early on that we were heading for 9 again.
Yeah, they seemed after. So we scored in the 26th minute. Luis Diaz, what a player!
Oh yeah, he had a couple of
this season, yeah, he did. But this season, he's turning into Mane like. Well, I keep saying this. He looks like Mane. The physicality, and the way he scores his goals, it just reminds me of Mane.
Yeah.
All the time.
And he's trickier than Mane.
Yeah, that is the point. Mane was so physical and powerful as a winger, but he's physical and powerful and tricky.
Yeah.
His only downside in his Liverpool career so far is he hasn't scored the goals.
Yeah.
But he's now scoring 2 goals against United, a goal against whoever, and he's on 4 goals or 5 goals this season now, and 2 goals now yesterday, whenever it was. So.
I'm starting to feel a little bit sorry for the bloke that he keeps getting taken off when he's on 2 goals.
I know.
Because you think he's got to get a hat-trick sooner or later. But anyway, he's obviously doesn't seem too bothered.
And Darwin Núñez, that goal.
Well, yeah. What can you say? It's if ever anybody needed a goal like that, you could see it written all over his face.
In his reaction.
The relief and the excitement and the just... he was just so happy that he'd been able to produce something like that.
To show the manager as well
at Anfield, and I think because I don't think I've said to you a few days ago, I'm not sure that Slot
Rates him.
really rates Darwin Núñez.
Yeah.
And
We thought that because he didn't get a chance at all.
but then he keeps putting him on the bench.
Yeah.
He's there. He is bringing him on.
Maybe he just wasn't fit enough.
And maybe, after the summer, after the international break, all of this stuff, he's had an emotional, mad time of it as well with what happened
with his family
in South America.
Yeah.
So there's probably a bit of that going on.
Yeah.
Because he's getting it from all sides, I would suspect, having a go at him. And the football federations in South America having a pop at him and banning him for however long they have done, and 4 games was it or something, I can't remember.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I suppose he's had a bit of a chaotic time.
He has, and I think it's a great response for him to get the start and show why he was.
And he was good all along.
He was. He was pressing. He was winning the ball back deep when he needed to. And
that
he
header,
scored a nice goal.
The header in the build,
the header to get that goal
was brilliant.
It was into Mo, then Mo into. It's great link-up play.
Yeah. Well, we said early on with them two, didn't we, that they had a bit of a telepathic thing. It was almost like Gerrard, Torres, but these are the 2 people up front.
Yeah.
And they're starting to build that, which is really good. And maybe that will push Slot now, and Darwin will kick on. We've said this a few times, that he needs to kick on and start showing a bit more.
He has the ability to be a 30-goal-a-season striker.
Yeah, but he might never be.
But he might. But this is
you
why
don't need that in our team.
Not on our team. If
that would be great.
Yeah, if he can score 15 goals, if Diaz can score 15 goals, and you have Salah scoring 30 goals,
25, whatever,
you're set.
Yeah.
And you've got Jota who comes in and scores another 15 goals a season, and Gakpo can score 15 goals a season.
Yeah.
It's a lot of goals.
Yeah.
This is why people say, I think, like Mark Goldbridge, before the start of the season, you look at that attack. Chiesa can score 15 goals.
Yeah.
That attack is so powerful, and so many goals, assists, so much creativity, so much power to them. Who knows where that can go?
I know. Wow.
Bournemouth, though, they just seem to lay over, didn't they? They never really had any answer. Defensively.
Yeah, it's weird for me with Bournemouth. Obviously, being from Bournemouth.
Oh yeah.
Having been on their books as a kid and all of that, is to see them where they are now.
Yeah,
is huge.
It is huge. Yeah.
I don't think I ever saw it when they were in League 2. Fair play to them. And obviously it's money. It's ownership. It's money.
But
it's the ability they've had. Yeah. And obviously it was a manager they had for quite a long time. Obviously
Eddie Howe.
Newcastle, that was perfect for them and was able to build it and bring the right people in and do what they
had a few
to do.
difficult seasons getting relegated, Championship, and then
they
they've got promoted. Gary O'Neill's come in, then sacked him. Brought Iraola, who's done amazing for them. They're doing the smart investments. They're doing well, and it's nice to see. A club like that is what the Premier League's all about.
Oh, of course it is. Yeah,
it's what we love to see, and they can beat anyone on their day.
Yeah,
they just weren't on their defensive A game.
Thankfully, they didn't really. They couldn't cope with us.
No,
and I think that's the thing. We've talked about that. I think in one of these, when we're on our day, when we're playing like that, and our strikers and our midfielder are on it, not many people get too close.
Yeah.
And the commentary was saying, that Liverpool were quite vulnerable and looked out of sorts at times in the first half of that game.
I think we gave the ball away and let them have chances we shouldn't have done, but we weren't vulnerable.
But the 2 big chances they had, they were offside.
2 goals they scored were offside.
Yeah.
So that they're not chances.
There was 1 goal and then 1 miss.
Yeah.
So offside. They had another one shot past the post from distance, but I wouldn't have said that.
We weren't on the ropes defensively.
No, certainly not.
Not like against Nottingham Forest, where we were kind of on the ropes defensively.
Struggled a bit, but it was kind of similar. But they just had 1 really good chance that they took,
and we didn't take any of our chances.
And we didn't take any of ours. On another day, that could have been 3-1, couldn't it? So this is the game, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's not, but it's just nice to see us come back.
Oh yeah.
Push on.
But it's just so we've had 5 games, 4 wins, 1 loss.
Yeah.
Slot start, great. Yeah. It's a great start.
So any other talking points for the week? I don't know what we can talk about.
I mean,
the Gibbs White red card. Don't think he can argue.
Yeah.
Just a stupid second yellow in it. Was it good? Was that how did that finish in the end?
2-2.
No, it's 2-2, wasn't it? Yeah, it's a good
Yeah,
result.
2-2.
Probably a good result for both teams in that one as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Ultimately. Yeah, I don't think there was many other
I
talking
mean,
points.
Villa came back.
Villa did really well, yeah.
Came back in the
In
late
the
on.
derby.
They're looking good. I thought maybe they'd struggle this season, but they've started off really well.
Yeah.
Time will tell with the Champions League.
Definitely. Yeah.
But I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I think that's. We probably could go into more detail, but
don't really have time to.
No. Right. Well.
Well.
We'll see you on the next one.
Thank you for watching.
Thanks
Goodbye.
a lot. Bye.